Okay, guys, so we are on our team call tonight, and we are going to talk about Pinterest. We've got our guest speaker for the night, Stacy Kalmbacher. Thanks so much for giving us your wisdom and sharing your learnings with us. And just go ahead and talk for, 5 to 10 minutes about Pinterest, and then we'll talk about a couple other issues and call it a night. So thanks a lot, Stacy. Go ahead.
Okay, this is all based on my webinar by Natalie Jill. And basically the difference between Pinterest and Facebook is that Facebook, things get pushed down in the news feed or they disappear. But in Pinterest, it's there forever on your boards and people can pin and repin. So an example of that is, say you post on Facebook one of your favorite recipes, and an hour or two later, you may get one comment and 2 likes, and it's gone. Facebook's like, see ya. But Pinterest, somebody may pin it, and then a friend of yours could pin it, and then a friend of theirs could pin it. And by the end of the month, you could end up with 100 pins. So that's always a good thing. So the 4 or 5 things that she really hit hard was create 5 to 10 boards that sell your brand. So what is important to you? And you want to do 5 to 10 boards because that's what you see above the fold. And she said above the fold is something that when you're looking at your phone or when you're looking at your computer, you don't have to scroll. So just make sure you get the important boards above the fold. And make sure you have pretty cover art on all your pins. You want to make sure that they're pretty to look at so people want to pin them, because basically Pinterest is mostly pictures with you know how we all like to write on our pictures, so that's always a good place to put. That's a good place to put those pictures, is on Pinterest. And definitely when you're putting your pictures on, make sure your pictures are going somewhere. So there's a place there to put a link, so make sure they're going to, like all my Shakeology pictures, I'll go to my Shakeology Team Beachbody website. Or if you just had like a motivational picture or something, make sure it gets linked back to either your like page or your Facebook page, so they can see who you are and maybe start following you that way, because it's a big giant, this is a social media circle is what she called it. And just a few reminders, just make sure you have 5 to 10 boards that are above the fold that are you, that are your brand or what you think is important. Make sure your pictures are pretty. Make sure your pictures go somewhere. And that is all I have. If anybody has any questions, I can try to answer them. I'm still in the middle. She has a whole university on this, and I'm trying to get it in. It's got 4 modules, and I've only finished the first 2. So,
Stacey, I have a question. It's Lindsay.
Okay.
And I am a Pinterest rookie, so if this is a dumb question, I apologize. But obviously I do a lot of converting like 21-day fix or recipes into 21-day fix recipes. So I have thought about diving into the Pinterest world a lot. I just haven't done it.
Okay.
So my question is like, this is not a place, my assumption is that Pinterest is not a place where you would do anything actually asking someone to join, for example, the 5-day Shakeology group that I just posted about, right? It's somewhere that I would just at the bottom of my recipe, I would put, for example, my like page and just try to get them to my like page where I'm not actually inviting from Pinterest, correct?
Well, you can have, she has, and I went back and looked at it, but she has a board that was 10-day workouts or whatever. So each day she posted a workout for 10 days, and she said that board has been repinned like 500,000 times. So, and that's how the circle works, is they would pin that board, follow her there, and then move on to her move on to her Facebook page. So I'm guessing that if you had enough of your recipes or whatever, you just make a 21-day fix board, and then the people that were interested in that would come back around to your Facebook page and find you and hopefully connect with you there. Did they answer your question?
Yeah, I guess the only reason why I haven't done it is because I'm thinking like people who are looking for 21-day fix recipes are people who are doing 21-day fix. So like, I just don't know how I'm gonna get new people by doing that. That's my whole thing with Pinterest.
Well, the good thing about Pinterest is that it's minimal time versus Facebook, where you have to plan out all your posts and everything. You can take that post and over there and pin it, and 2 months later somebody else is going to see it. So you may have somebody who is thinking about doing the fix but may not want to do it, but wants to go on Pinterest and see if you can eat real food. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I have a friend of mine who's not involved in Beachbody whatsoever, and she has pinned, I don't know, 3 or 4 of my fix recipes or my clean eating recipes because she's trying to get healthy. So there are non-Beachbody people out there that are trying to try to pin things.
Do I have to pin other people's stuff, or can I specifically just put stuff out there?
You can just put stuff out there.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Is there a benefit to pinning other people's things?
I don't know. That's how I found quite a few recipes or Shakeology ideas when I first started.
So then you pin those things just to have them on your board, or you use those ideas and created your own things?
I've used those ideas and created my own recipes based on those, like a start of that recipe based on that, or things like that. And I've followed other Fit Mom blogs and all kinds of stuff. That's what I usually do on Pinterest. But I have started creating my own boards with my own clean eating recipes and my own Shakeology recipes and things. But I don't put those boards above the fold. Those boards are under the fold. So if you scroll, you'll see them. But all the stuff that I have above the fold is all original.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm such a rookie that when you talk about the fold, I have no idea what you're talking about. So
it's what you see on your computer screen before you scroll.
Okay.
Where you move your screen up and down. So it'd be like the first 5 or 6 boards that you have put on there.
So that's going to look different on your computer screen than it does on your phone, right?
Yes.
So I'm looking at it on my phone right now. Right now it looks like, I think I'm on Natalie Jill's thing. I think. But at the top, I think I see her boards: food, gluten, healthy, videos, diet, So then, but on a phone, you only see, like, I don't know if anybody can see, probably not, there's too much glare, but I can see just like a few things. I think those are her boards, but then right below that, I see all just random. Like, it's so confusing to me to look at this even. Like, some people are so into it, and I just don't get how to use it. Don't get it.
Well, and I didn't understand a lot of it until I started doing the webinar, and I'm like, oh, well, okay. Basically, what happens is with the Pinterest, it's search-based. So you would type in, I don't know, clean eating crockpot recipes, and you would get a bunch of different pins from different people, and that's how you would decide whether or not you wanted to try this recipe versus that recipe, if you wanted to tweak that recipe versus that recipe. So, and basically what you want to get to, what she is now, if you type in her name into Google, a bunch of fitness stuff comes up, and she says that's basically what you want to get to with the Pinterest, is to type in, fitness, and then her name will come up. and it would redirect you to some of her boards and some of her things and you can also sell things on Pinterest, which I did not know. She sold her cookbook or something on there. So I'm still trying to work it all out. I don't have much wisdom, but that's what I have.
All right. Anybody else have other questions, or anybody that's been using Pinterest at all? Just
I have a comment.
Go ahead.
So I have a lot of boards. When I find recipes that I like and that I make, I pin them to boards. And I've noticed that a lot of my friends through Facebook or Instagram will start following my boards or repin my recipes that I've pinned. So I haven't really done much with it, but now that we're kind of talking about this topic, sometimes it's random people I haven't even spoken to in a while, but I'll be like, oh, so-and-so repinned your recipe. Then I can in theory like reach out to them on Facebook or texting if I have their number and say, hey, I saw you're following me on Pinterest. Are you into this clean eating thing? I saw you repinned one of my 21 Day Fix recipes or one of my clean eating or I'm really into crock pots. One of my crock pot recipes that I liked and I've made many times. And maybe kind of like when you join the groups on Facebook of similar interest, maybe Pinterest can be used in that sort of forum as well.
Yeah, I've just by recent changing my boards up around, I've gotten like 25 new people that I've never met have repinned stuff that I've put on there. So I think it would probably be very good if you know the person to reach out. It would be another form of communicating and connecting with somebody else.
Now, if somebody random, say like follows your boards, is there a way because I'm not like super like knowledgeable about Pinterest, but I know the basics. Is there a way to communicate or send a message to somebody, say if I don't know them personally, but they're following one of my boards? Do you know if there's a way to contact them?
Yeah, there is. You can send messages to somebody that follows you, or if you click on theirs, I'm pretty sure it's email related, so maybe it shows their email address. I'm not sure about that,
okay.
But there is a way. I have a friend of mine who isn't on Facebook, but she's on Pinterest, and we send messages back and forth on Pinterest all the time.
Okay, great.
Cool. Any other questions or Pinterest users that would want to share?
I have a question. How do you link it? So I'm on my Pinterest because I've posted quotes that I created, but how do you link it? Like if I put in my website, my Beachbody website, it takes me to Beachbody. It doesn't take them right to my page.
You would want to link your Facebook page to it. So what I do is or your website or your blog or whatever. So that's what you would put in that section that says website, or I'm trying to remember what it says. I was on all morning.
How do you know I don't even know what my Facebook, I don't know how to do that.
I just go up
to like your like page or your Facebook. You know what I mean?
I have just went up and highlighted it and copied it and then pasted it in there.
Oh, okay.
When you're on your Facebook, if you look at the top in the search, in the top part where a website goes, you'll see. So mine's like facebook.com/Colleen.Arrington. So when you signed up, you created one and you probably just don't even know what it is. I used to use that before my like page or my website.
I see it now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
sorry.
Yeah. And so that's what you could put in there. Or Stacy, you said you put your Shakeology website link sometimes?
Yes, for any of the recipes, the Shakeology recipes that I put on there, I put my Shakeology website from Beachbody on there. And then for anything, like I have random pictures of workouts, and I labeled it, I think, my workouts or workouts I've done or Beachbody workouts I've done or something. And that's where I'd put my teambeachbody.com / and then, my screen name, my Beachbody website, I guess you would say. And then anything else, I usually just link it to my like page on Facebook.
Okay. Yeah. So some way that they can connect with you further and learn more about you.
Yes.
Okay. And then how's that viewed? Like on Facebook, we generally don't encourage people to put their Beachbody site right in a post. How is that viewed? Because it seems salesy, it's kind of a turnoff. It doesn't necessarily help you to connect with people and encourage them to respond and comment and stuff. How is that seen on Pinterest? Is that
what they bring up is the picture, but the picture has to go somewhere. Otherwise, they're not going to know who to contact if they like that or don't want that or want to buy that. You know, say you sell something. Because if you don't connect that picture to something, they're going to have no idea who's putting it up there and why.
Okay, so it is encouraged there.
All you see is pictures, basically, until you go into the actual pin and click on it. And then it'll bring up, you know, like my website or my Facebook page.
Okay. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people's stuff pinned, or even if I search something and then it'll bring up a Pinterest thing, then I click on it and like when you click on it, actually go to it, even a recipe, it might be from a blog. So they put it on Pinterest, link it to the actual blog that the full recipe and the whole sometimes pictures and description of how they made it and all of that, like a lot is there, but it's just one thing. So they put in the actual link, not just their blog website, but the blog, like that specific blog link, right?
Yes.
Like from that, because I have my website, I'm just getting going and adding blogs to it. So I could take a blog, or I could take a photo from one of those blogs, put it on Pinterest, and connect the full article to Pinterest.
Actually, on my blog, there is a way to share it to Pinterest.
Okay.
So if I put a picture on my blog,
yeah,
then the pin will be of that picture. But if you click on that picture, it'll go back to the blog that I just wrote.
Okay. I think I can do that on mine as well, now that I think about it. Okay. All right. Cool. Anybody else? Other questions or?
I have a question. I'm new to Pinterest and all of this, but if I don't have a blog, I mean, where am I going to, if I've got a recipe, how do I pin it if it's not on a blog or on, because I've always pinned things from another blog, or do I have to have a blog?
No, you can, you would just have to have it somewhere else. You don't have to have it on a blog if you have a website or if you've, what I usually do is put the recipe on the picture because I don't always have a place for it to go. Like the couple Shakeology recipes I did or whatever, I took a picture of Shakeology and then I wrote, you know, using like one of the pick play post or PhotoGrid or whatever and wrote the recipe out. That way it was on there, but it had my watermark on it too, so nobody can like type it. And then you would send them to your Facebook page or your Instagram or wherever you connect with people.
So okay. Facebook, Karen. Yeah, I would say at this point, do it to Facebook, your personal page.
And then I could pin it to Pinterest?
Yeah, you could use the same photo and pin it on Pinterest and then put it to your, the link is actually your
actual that's cool.
page. Yeah. All right. And you know what? I have a friend who is not a coach, but she's currently a challenger. And she's like, loves Pinterest and uses it all the time. I should like ask her if she would ever want to be a guest speaker for us just to share, because she's like, oh my gosh, Pinterest, and she's got her craft boards and her recipe boards and workout motivation picture boards. And I'm just like, so I think that would be really cool to have somebody who uses it just for fun and whatever, but to have them, actually tell us like how to do it. She would probably love to do that. So awesome. Well, thank you, Stacy, so much for sharing with us. And Natalie Jill, if you guys are looking for further information, Natalie Jill is definitely a great resource for that. I know that she spoke last year at Platinum Edge, which is the large conference that our team is a part of, the Platinum Presenters team. And Natalie Jill came in as a speaker at that conference to talk about Pinterest. So she's definitely seen, and also she's talked on Shalene's podcast as an expert on that. So definitely look her up if you are wanting to learn more about Pinterest. Thank you so much, Stacy.
You're welcome. If I see her free webinar thing again, I'll share it to my page. That way somebody else can link it up if they want to.
Cool. And share it in the team too, just so everybody can see it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. So I wanted to say a couple announcements. One was the Platinum Edge conference that I just mentioned. Platinum Presenters is our sort of umbrella team. And then the founder of it is Christine Dwyer. You guys might follow her on Facebook, on Pinterest. She's on everything, I'm sure. So if you follow her at all, you may have heard of Platinum Presenters before, or Platinum Edge, which is the conference. Her coach, Angie Green, a coach that she sponsors, is my sponsoring coach. Okay, so it's like Angie's my mom and Christine Dwyer is like my grandma. So she's like our great grandma. So she provides a lot of training for her entire downline and our entire downline and team. And she puts on a conference each year, and it's been going on for, I think this is the 4th year. And I went to it 2 years ago, and it's truly like a mini summit. And if you guys haven't heard of Beachbody Coach Summit, it's the conference that all Beachbody coaches can register and go to. This past summer, it was in Nashville. Next year, it's in Nashville again, and a lot of people are already registered for that, which is going to be amazing. And it provides a lot of training, a lot of networking, lots of fun, meeting coaches from all over. And then Platinum Edge is like a mini version of that with just our, upline and downline team. So there are still spots available for that. If you are interested in going, you need to register on platinumpresenters.com, and you need to make sure you have an account where you only create your account by logging or creating a member account with your email that you use for Beachbody and your username that you sign in with. And she has to use that to be able to confirm that you are in fact a coach. So don't use something different. Don't spell it differently. Don't use a different password. You need to use the same information. Okay. So Platinum Presenters or platinumpresenters.com is where you create that membership. And you can go ahead and register. There will be a link there on the Platinum Presenters website about Platinum Edge. It's in November 13th through 15th. Right now, I believe there are 7 of us from the team registered and going. So it's going to be a really good time. We would love to have you more of you there. I know there are openings, but it will sell out for sure really soon. And I think it's 1,100 is the limit. And there are more than 100,000 coaches in the Platinum Presenters downline. So there's a lot. And also related to Platinum Presenters, there is a Platinum Presenters University, which is a new online module training, sort of like our Coach Basics, but a little bit more in depth, a little bit more different levels of resources and training that you can access. So to do that, you would first create your Platinum Presenters account and then follow the link to register for the Platinum Presenters University. And it's a whole online module training system. It's a quick video, a little bit of learning. There's also resource lists for different documents and things, but it's a great additional resource if you are love learning and want to soak up as much information as you can. Some of it would be a repeat of stuff that you already are learning in the basics group, which is great. I see a question from Dean. Does it take a while to get the account? I signed at the beginning of the week, but haven't heard back yet. I can't see the whole thing. Let me see. Heard back. It'll take a few days for them to confirm it. And right now there could be quite a bit because they are promoting the university. So there could be a lot of people like, wait, I want to get in, let me sign up. So just hang tight and don't worry about it. You probably will get an email back, at least by beginning of next week, I would think. In general, it usually used to at least take just a few days. So you should find out soon. But definitely can register for that and get into that if you are looking for further learning. It's also great too, as you increase in rank or you want to specialize in a certain area, there's specific training. So there's probably training there on Pinterest, on Instagram, on whatever, related to how you can use that for coaching. So that is something to look into as well if you're looking for further training. And the last one is a kind of a cool thing. Lots of people were talking about asking questions about Shakeology. I don't know if you guys got the email. Did you all see either an email or in the news and training on the right side of the Coach Online office that there's going to be a Shakeology focused podcast? And it's, saw it? Good. So I saw that their first one is up there already. I pulled it up in my phone, got it. And it's called The Difference in Shakeology or something about that. Dean, have you already listened to it? I knew it. Okay, go ahead. Take it away. There's a lot of questions about Shakeology. It's an amazing product and has done amazing things. But of course, we can always learn more. And I am definitely somebody who can learn more about Shakeology. So I'm really excited about that. There was also a question about the manufacturing that was going on in the team and manufacturing and kind of what happens with the ingredients in that process. So that'd be a really great suggestion to give for them to cover in a podcast. And I'd love to hear Darren O'Lean himself talk about it. As well as, yeah.
Did you happen to see the Shea Stanford Shakeology thing that I posted in my team training today?
I did. Actually, I saved that link. Was there something about that?
Oh, you didn't watch it though?
I didn't have a chance to watch it yet.
No, I was going to say, let me know if you really like it. I can put it in your group too. I thought it was awesome. I mean, obviously I've been coaching for a little while and I took notes on it. I thought it was a great, I thought it was just great the way she's talked about it. And actually it inspired my post tonight about Shakeology, if any of you guys saw it. So, I mean, I thought it was I love Darren and I love hearing Darren talk about it, but I think sometimes for people who don't have the background, he talks a little above.
Yes.
Sometimes. Yes. And I think Shay does a good job of really keeping it basic for people to understand.
Good. That she does for sure. And her, the one that's on podcast, that was an old summit talk, I believe, or she also did a national call on it, is amazing. I don't know if you guys have heard of her, Shea Stanford. You must follow her. You must look her up if you have not. She's amazing about Shakeology as well as just coaching overall. She's been very successful. But Lindsay, yeah, if you guys would you guys like to see that link that she's talking about?
It was a team call she did, and she talked about how to talk to your customers about Shakeology, and I thought it was really, really good.
Yeah, would you just go ahead and share it in the Inspire Action page?
Yeah, I can do that.
Then everybody can access that, even if you're not in, any basics group right now anymore. So that would be great, and I'll add it to the overall team videos because I have in the Facebook page, we've got a videos file in the file section, but also in our Google folder, there's a whole videos file there. So that is all where I'm adding new videos as well too on all different types of training. Eventually when it gets big, I'll divide it out into separate folders in the video folder because there's so many different topics to learn about. All right, and then last, going longer than we thought. All right, last, let's talk a little bit about, and if anybody needs to jump off, don't worry about it. We totally understand if you've got kids to get to bed or anything. But let's talk a little bit about starting new conversations with people, starting conversations with new people, and not seeming creepy. So I'm going to definitely post those links. I'm not going to go over that stuff that I was learning from those. I will definitely post those links of videos. They're just short ones, like 5 minutes, 4 minutes, 10 minutes was the one from Josh Spencer. If you guys haven't looked up him before, a very successful coach and a great one to follow as a guy to get that kind of perspective. So Tony, do you want to talk a little bit I don't want to put you on the spot, but if you want to talk a little bit about starting those conversations and not coming across as a creepy guy.
I am a creepy guy. So it's not getting around. No, first of all, congratulations, Dean, on Emerald. Nice job. Been a coach for 27 minutes. Look at you, man. It's awesome. I think for the most part, what I do is typically with a lot of IINers, integrative nutrition students. So that's an easy one, because even if they weren't in my class or I never really had any contact with them, I basically just say, hey, listen, I noticed your name on my news feed, and I noticed you're integrative nutrition grad or former student. You a grad, you're a former student type thing. So there's kind of a mutual connection there. And sometimes, most times they'll strike up a conversation. So these people are women. So I just wanted to make sure that, I think as long as your Facebook page, which I know all of our Facebook page is very welcoming. There's nothing weird about it. Hopefully it's open for everyone to see. So if this person goes to your Facebook page, they could check it out without even being friends with you. So that helps. And, but I think there's usually a connection there of some sort, I mean, even if it's a mutual friend that may not know you. Like if I know, Jill and Jill has a mutual friend from high school, they may not remember me, but it's like, hey, I noticed you're friends with, we have a mutual friend in Jill and a couple people from high school. Just thought I'd connect. How are you? What's new and good? So there's typically some sort of connection. I don't, or if you're in a group, I mean, if you're involved with groups on Facebook, at least maybe you strike up a conversation or comment back and forth or reply to something. It's kind of nice now because you can reply to comments within the post. At first that was annoying, but now I find it very helpful. So right there you can strike on your own little, sidebar conversation within the comment section. And then all it takes is maybe one or two banners back and forth and, friend request, if you feel it's right. So I think it is maybe a little bit more tricky for guys, but I think if we're more of a guys group, I think it's not a big deal for us, for guys to friend guys. It's guys friending girls, the women. Sometimes could be a little, if you don't know them or if they don't know you. So what kind of groups are you in, Dean? Are you in any Facebook groups, or are you still kind of getting acclimated to that? Since we already put you probably in like 5 or 6 beach buddy groups.
Yeah. No, just beach buddy groups.
Yeah.
Actually, I was just going to ask that. I mean, can you randomly, search a certain group or a certain topic, and can you join that group? Is that something? Because that definitely seems like an easy way to strike up a conversation with a stranger.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, and I got to do a better job of that as well. I mean, just finding, whatever topics, especially for you in the health field. Yeah. I mean, that's perfect. I mean, whether it could be just a hobby, if it's fishing or if it's a certain kind of sports team or, whatever. I mean, you just find a topic that you can relate to. And a lot of times it's best to just even hop into something that's not even fitness related. So you can hop into something like that and, family physicians in Northwest Ohio or in Ohio, Southeast Michigan, whatever. It's perfect because then you connect and you have a topic that you guys can talk about, and then you friend them, and then next thing you know, they happen to see stuff on your feed, so you're not really even saying anything, about Team Beachbody or nothing. I mean, you're just basically doing your post like you typically would, and as long as you're consistent, you do that and wonder, what's going on.
Yeah, no, I think that's the group thing. That's a great idea, and that's something I definitely feel comfortable about. So basically, just in the search criteria, I would just type in whatever, like you said, family physicians or fishing or whatever.
More information. Lindsay, I think had some. Were there any keywords that you search or no?
I think it just think about what makes you unique. And I know. Deanne's in a group that's specialized for her dog. So I mean, you like whatever is unique to you. I mean, if for example, if you are a runner, you can type in male runners, and then click groups, and then you can look through them. And when I look for groups, I look for people or groups that have a lot of people. I mean, I don't want a group that has a couple hundred people. I want a group that's got thousands of people. And I sort of feel it out for a little bit. You can see the description of what people talk about, of what the description of the group is, and sort of see if it's something you're interested in. And then once I get in, I just feel it out. I've been in some groups before, and they are not the type of people that I want to connect with, and I just leave. So I think sometimes it takes a little bit to find a group that's a right fit for you, but you can also think about things that you want to know more about. Like, for example, like I'm in a like home remedies group. I think it's like cleaning and home remedies or something. And I've actually connected with a few people on there that have turned into Beachbody customers. So, you know, it doesn't necessarily have to be fitness and nutrition stuff. Actually, I think the more that you can get away from that a little bit, the better. Colleen, what was that? Andrea Sims had a coach that was, what's she into? Something weird like cockroaches or something? Mice?
It was rats. I think it was rats.
Oh, yeah.
Rats. So she's into rabbits. Okay, obviously it's strange, right? Who's into rats? But she's in a rats group. She's connected with people on that topic. And guess what? She's probably got a ton of customers that are rat lovers that are drinking Shakeology now. I mean, so whatever you can think of that's, you know, sort of unique to you, you can use that in search groups.
Okay.
And you know, and like Tony said, I mean, you're not talking Shakeology and Beachbody in those groups. You're just connecting on a topic of interest and then sending a friend request.
Okay. Wonderful. Wonderful.
Lindsay,
Can I just ask Tony, are you drinking Shakeology right now?
No, it's actually a Frosty. No, I'm kidding. No,
I just wondered. I'm already a believer. You don't have to talk me into it.
Yeah, French fries and a Frosty.
Okay.
It's my cheat day. No, I'm kidding. Lindsay, you mentioned about the amount of people that you're looking for in there. What did you say? You're looking for the more the merrier?
To me, the more the merrier. I think the other thing to look at too is if it's closed or open. I mean, you know, I'm in closed groups. I'm in a lot of closed groups, but I'm also in some open groups. And like the home remedy cleaning group or whatever is an open group, which is fine. But know that everybody on your wall is going to see your posts in that group. So it just, you know, just sort of pay attention to it.
Okay. Yeah. Great. Thank you very much.
Yeah. The key is adding people to your network.
Yeah.
You know, it's sometimes sometimes not the most comfortable thing to do, but if you can get a habit of doing it, you know, even like 2 a day, 3 a day. I mean, to think that that's, you know, maybe 15 people a week, another 50, 60, 70 people a month that are seeing your stuff, you know, new people seeing your stuff.
And like I said, you know, it sort of depends on what group you're in. You know, if you're, for example, in a running group or you're in a physician's group or whatever, people sort of, once you're in the group for a while, they sort of get to know you and what you do. And I was just telling my team today, one of my 21-Day Fix customers who I met through a mommy group has zero interest in coaching, which is fine with me. But we've connected and we still message each other very frequently. She, in the mommy group earlier this week, somebody mentioned they want to lose baby weight and they've lost 40 pounds. They can't get the last 20 off. She threw my name out there and said, hey, you know, Lindsay can help you. I got 2 challenge pack sales this week from that person mentioning my name in that group. And I didn't say a single thing, you know, to bring it up. So once they sort of, you know, if somebody, for example, in the running group says, hey, I'm having trouble with, you know, energy or whatever, and somebody has worked with you before and you helped them get on Shakeology and get energy level, that's sort of when your connections help. But they can be like, hey, you know, they tag you in that post and then, you know, and all I did was say, I'd love to help you, you know, whatever. I'd love to help you get started. Send her a friend request. That was it. Everything else was private message from there on out.
Great. Thank you. Yeah, lots of great ideas.
That's awesome, Lindsay. That's really cool. That actually happened to me in a neighborhood group that I'm in, that I once tried to post a change the settings. Tried to post one time like a fitness group thing, and I actually was told by the administrator that nothing like that was acceptable. And I said, that's fine. You know, she's like, if you keep doing like that, I'll have to take you out. I was like, no, I get it. That's cool. You know, no big deal. And so, but I've just added some friends, but I frankly don't even pay that much attention to that group. But somebody asked, is there a personal trainer nearby that somebody would recommend? And my neighbor across the street, who has never worked with me before or anything, but my kids play with, you know, his kids and stuff. And he said, this crazy girl I know, Colleen, and tagged me. I didn't even see it. My husband then tagged me in it. And then finally I saw it later and I was like, oh my God, I know this person. I need to talk to her. And she is a challenger right now too. So you never know. It's great to have people just know your name and know what you do. And then, they may refer you to. So I don't check my notifications enough because I'll be on Facebook more than I already am. So I missed it, but thank God it happened again and I was able to catch it. So, all right, you guys have been awesome. Thank you so much for being on. Any last quick questions before we jump off for tonight? Nope. All right, you guys have been great. Thank you. I will get this downloaded or uploaded and then post it to the group as soon as I can. Thanks, guys, and have a good night.
Thanks, Colleen.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.